So, welcome back everybody. It's been a while. Today, we're going to play Dead Cells, which is, something we haven't done on this channel is really play any other games other than Magic. We haven't done anything other than talk about Magic. So we're going to take this channel in a bit of a different direction. We're going to get some actual gameplay on this channel. And to do that, we're going to start off with some Dead Cells. So Dead Cells is a roguelite platformer. It's currently in early access. I'll put a link to the Steam store page in the description of the video below. And we'll sort of get into it. I'll describe it a bit more as we're going through it. But we're gonna start a new run, just in case. Hopefully that doesn't cost me anything. So, first thing you're going to notice is there's a lot of things up above us on this screen. And that's because I have put a considerable amount of time into playing this game already. So we got a ton of unlocks. And basically, as I said, Dead Cells is a roguelite platformer. So, for those of you who don't know, roguelites are games where there is permanent death and there is randomly generated levels. And then obviously it's a platform, you jump, you move along platforms. The one thing that makes Dead Cells a bit different from your average roguelite is you get some form of semi-permanent progression. So what do I mean by that? Well, when you die for good. You lose all your stat upgrades, you don't keep your equipment, you can now keep your gold, but that's because of one of the unlocks I've gotten. The way that it's semi-permanent is when you kill enemies, you get things called cells. I almost said souls there. You can see that currently I have 0. It's the little blue icon on the left of the screen. When you kill enemies, you get those, and then you can spend those at the end of each section to buy upgrades, basically. So all of these things in these jars above us are all the little things that we've unlocked, or that I've unlocked through my play, and we're gonna keep going, and see how things go. So currently I have a blood sword, so that applies a bleed to the enemy, which does damage over time. And then the other weapon I've got is a bow and infinite arrows. Now, normally your bows have a limited amount of ammo. You might see that if we pick up another bow later on. But this one specifically does not have a limited amount of ammo. In fact, it just keeps going. So the other thing you may have noticed, because I've been hit a couple of times, when you take damage, you don't take permanent damage. You just take temporary damage that ticks down. You're still damaged. You can recover that health similarly to how it works in Bloodborne, where if you get hits on some enemies, you can recover some of that health, as long as it's orange. And what we found now is a scroll. So throughout the game, there are a bunch of scrolls, and they level up your stats. So that one's given us a bonus 1 strength, which will help us kill enemies quicker. And you've got a gold door here. I'm going to open it, pay the money, and get our first skill. So the other thing in this game, I'm realizing there's a lot to talk about for those who've never seen or played this game before. The other thing is you have skills and you have sort of weapons. So your weapons don't have a cooldown really, they just have attack animations. So like you've got the blood sword, it has these attack animations, but I can keep using it and you see there's no cooldown applied. Similarly with the bow, I can keep using that bow over and over again, as long as I have ammo, of course, for as much as I want. There's no timer cooldown. I don't have to wait 6 seconds between each shot. The skills, however, as you can see, I've got this turret, and it has a timer. So now the timer's up, and I can throw out the turret again. You only get one of each thing. So if you have things that are like semi-permanent, like that tower, that turret, not tower, You can use as many. You can only use one. Sorry. What we've come across here is a cursed chest. So we're gonna open it, and we're gonna get a pretty cool ability. But we've outraged the gods. If we take one hit, we're dead. And if we kill 10 enemies, then we lift that curse. So this could be a really short run. We could die very quickly, but we've got a couple of really good skills to deal with enemies from far without actually endangering ourselves. So we're going to hope that there's enough enemies left in this area to actually complete the quest. I have a feeling there's not going to be anything over here. Nope. So we got a couple here. So I'm going to do. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And we're going to move away. I'm going to watch as everything hopefully dies. And we're going to do similar here. So we've got 6 enemies left. The shop. I think we're good with our equipment right now. I mean, I don't really want to pay for the broadsword level 2. I think we can find better than that later on in the game. Ooh, that was a dangerous place to be when we've got near instant death. Oh, I was not paying any attention to what was happening there. So there we go. That's our first death. Wonderful. I promise you I'm not really this bad. Just took a questionable decision on the late chest there. And that came back to bite me. But as you can see, we kept some of our gold because we've got special perks. Got a health upgrade here, that's good. Get 41% extra health. And the weapons we've got at the moment, so we've got twin daggers, so every third hit we get an automatic crit, which worked out quite nicely there. And then we've got Frost Blast, which freezes enemies in front of us, and is generally pretty sweet. It's good for crowd control on enemies and things like that. So I actually kind of feel more confident about this one than I did the last one. I think initial setup wasn't great. I'm not a big fan of some of the things we had. I'm not a big fan of the blood sword. I do like the damage over time, but it's just I'm more of a sort of twin daggers or rapier kind of guy. I know I passed off rapier up above. I don't think that's going to matter. What I'd like to get is a different bow. Oh, there we go. Shots pierce, and it does crits from up close, which is good because that's kind of how I like to play. So look at that, beautiful. And we will 100% pay for a scroll. I'm gonna go strength. I'll probably focus strength in this build as well. Secret there. Promenade of the Condemned. I think we'll explore a little bit more. One of the things I haven't mentioned, that you've probably seen me use a couple of times, we have things called runes. You can see them on the right side of the screen. So we've got a vine rune and a teleportation rune. What that means is when we come across certain things, we can interact with them in ways that we wouldn't have been able to before. I do not really want an impaler. So for instance this, before we got the teleportation rune, when we walked up to this we would have just been able to rub it and it would have done nothing. Now we can use and interact with it and we can teleport to special areas. And there's different uses for it. Some take us to exits like that one. Sometimes you take them and you find items behind them. And that's kind of one of the core parts of this game, is sort of having this interaction to get to new areas after beating certain bosses. For instance, there again, we had the Vine tool, the Vine rune, which helped us to get there. So we now explored the whole of this area. I think we'll go down to the promenade. That's like the first area you're able to get to. It'll give people who've not seen this game before a bit more exposure to the game. And later runs will probably go elsewhere, but for now let's just head over to the promenade. Sounds lovely. Doodle-doo. So here you can see sort of all the things we've unlocked. So we've got Bear Trap, Frost Blast, we've got up to level 4 of Healing Potion, which means we now have 4 charges on that. We've got level 4 of Gold Recovery, so we get 85% of our gold when we die. We get random starter weapons, which you've seen before. Previously to that, you kind of got mediocre to bad weapons. You got like a wooden shield, a rusted blade, and an old bow, something like that. So now we get random ones from any of the stuff that we've unlocked, which is pretty cool. We've unlocked Corrupted Power, Phaser, Biter Swarm, Force Shield, Blood Shield, Impaler, Spartan Sandals, Throwing Knife, Ice Grenade, Flashbang, Grenade, Spike Shield, like all of these things. I'm not going to go through them all, you can see there's loads of them. We'll kind of explore them more as we come across them. And you can see we've got 18 cells left. Now we can't actually leave this area while we're still carrying cells, so we've got to actually invest them in something. So I'm going to pump 9 of them into there, level that up, and we'll put 9 into the blood shield. Even door opens. And we can recover our health and fill up our potion before we move on to the next section. So here we go. So we've got a couple of new enemies here. So firstly we've got these flying ones that I find very annoying. And then we've also got these white dudes who actually teleport to wherever you are. So if you try and get away from them, they just chase you forever. Just got hit by that, shouldn't have done. So I'd like to pick up, firstly, a few more scrolls. I think we need more stats. Ooh, here's another thing that we haven't seen before. It's a target dummy. I just destroyed it. Basically, it gives a shield to all nearby enemies, so you can't actually hurt them. I hate these bird things. They go through walls. Impossible to deal with. So, Ice Bow level 4? That seems pretty good. Shots pierce and we freeze. And it slows down all nearby enemies when enemies... Yeah, this seems good. Seems like something we want. It's an exit to the old sewers. We're not going to take that one just yet. We're going to explore the rest of this area. So yeah, I would like to find some scrolls to get more sort of damage Ironically, we found a health one, which is not really what we were after. There's another target dummy there. You see the white shields around the enemies, basically meaning they're untouchable. Well, that was good. Hit 3 enemies. Stuns, victims have more than 75% health. Damage plus 15%. Enemies release a toxic cloud when they die. Well, that twin daggers actually do more damage than the Nutcracker, and I'm not really interested in the stun. And toxic cloud doesn't really interest me either. So we're gonna stick with the twin daggers, because I don't think we can afford to trade away damage for a little bit of CC when we've got ice grenade and a piercing ice bow. It's an impaler. It's broadsword, not bloodsword, and an oiled sword. Again, I don't really think we want to pick up any of these. Although the broadsword did do more damage, it's got a slower weapon animation to it, so we'd end up probably putting ourselves in more risk because of the way I play than we were before. And there's a time door that we missed by 2 minutes 59 seconds. At some points you don't want to start sort of speed running this game to try and hit those time doors quickly, because they're meant to have pretty good loot in them. What do you think of going? Ooh. That was pretty good. After our initial complete miss with that first arrow. Ice bow's great. I'm really liking this ice bow. Shots piercing all enemies is really, really good. I'm wondering how it works with sort of... Can I just get my arrow back straight away, or do I have to kill? A regular grenade, we're going to take that because we don't have another skill. There's also bow and infinite arrows, which does improve our skills, but it's not got the frost, and I think that's actually really important right now, because I think that's really helping us out. Let's remember to use my skills more. There's a nice scroll of power. We're gonna take that. We've already got 2 levels of health. I think we just want to keep building into strength. We'll pick up skills as and when they come to us, but I think for this build I want to focus the strength. So now moving on to the second part of the Promenade of the Condemned. This leads us up to the next area, which is the ramparts. We'd still like to find another primary weapon. I know we've passed up a couple, but they just kind of haven't been quite what we're looking for. Don't know what was going on there. Brain was failing me, causing me to just jump in the spot. To make a quick dodge around that. We've been all along here, right? Yeah, I think so. So yeah, we're still looking for a new primary, and we'd take a new secondary. We'd definitely take a couple of new skills. Don't want a shield. I'm not a big fan of shields. They don't really play well with my playstyle. As you can see, I'm a bit more aggressive than I think shields allow you to be, or shields are designed to be. So typically, I don't end up using them. Got hit, but we shouldn't have done, but we'll heal up. We got plenty of heals. That's the first time we've had to heal on this cool area, so we're not doing too bad, and we've just found our exit, so we are safe. So we'll head up here. I should probably just show over this way. There is another exit that we can take with the mummy. It takes us up to the prison depths. But we don't really want to take that right now. The prison depths is a lot harder than the ramparts, and we're not really built to go there at the moment. So I think I'd rather take the ramparts and build us up a little bit more. Admittedly, we do have 4 levels of strength, so that's pretty good for now. Finish off the blood shield. Level up the sandals. Level up the spike shield, and then we've got 5 left over. Let's put those into the ice grenade. There it is. Went straight past it. Fill up our potion. And then we'll head up into the new area. So we're still, again, looking for new primary weapon, perhaps a new secondary. I'd be open to it. Definitely some new skills. Pretty much everything, I guess. I guess there's no point me going through it all, because we're kind of open to picking up anything new, as long as it's powerful enough. We have such great crowd control for groups of enemies. And that damage is okay as well, considering we only have the level 1 weapon. The damage so far is pretty great. We're not having trouble with any of these enemies. There's a firebrand, level 3. Gives us an extra skill, but again, I don't feel like we want that. I feel like we would much rather keep our ice bow. It's serving us really well. I'm not often a fan of the ice bow, but when it pierces all enemies, you kind of got to respect it. Shield man, please stop. And you. That's what happens when I don't lead with the bow. Flashbang level 4. Releases a poison cloud. We could probably take that over the ice grenade. We've got enough, frost with the ice bow, and I think picking up a flashbang that's a higher level is probably a good idea. Sneak up on this dude. Missed the time door. 6 minutes this time. There's also another scroll over here, which is good. Got that as well. Again, I'm just gonna keep piling into the skills, the strength. Sorry. Oh god, this could be bad. Oh, what am I doing with my life? Right. Let's heal up. Let's wait for the swarm to come after me. Do they not all want to follow? Okay, well, we didn't die there, so that's one good thing. That could have been it for the run, because we are just that good at this game. Well, we made the best of a terrible, terrible situation there. Didn't die, did use 1 health potion, but you know, we're doing okay. We've still got plenty. I guess this teaches me a lesson for not picking up skills, because our grenades should have been able to one-shot those guys, and the fact that they weren't able to kind of says a lot about what we've chosen for ourselves in the future. I think I do want to start picking up 1 or 2 skill upgrades. Don't think it's feasible entirely to not do that. I think 5 levels of strength so far is pretty good. Should be more than enough to deal with the boss who we got coming up. So bad at dealing with those shield guys. Got him. So yeah, I think we need to look at picking up a couple more skill upgrades. As I've said, you know, our life choices have been questionable so far. Not gonna deny that. Idiot. Well, that went about as well as could be expected. I never said I was good at this game. I just said that I played a fair bit. So I guess that's the end of the first part. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button. If you are new here, please click. Thanks for watching. I'll try that again. If you liked the video, please click the like button. If you're new here, please click the subscribe button. This has been Tom from Totally Lost, and I'll see you guys next time.